For our fourth and final week of Elul, I offer a reading from Psalm 27, verse 1, written by Rabbi Deborah J. Robbins, from the book Opening Your Heart with Psalm 27, a spiritual practice for the new year. Hold the pose, Mimi Ira. In yoga, holding a pose often leads to trembling. Breathing and continuing to hold the pose builds strength. I'm reminded, feel no shame. Shaking is an indication of growth, not a sign of weakness. Over time, the shaking lessens and the stillness lengthens. And then it's time to move on to a different pose, a different encounter, and begin the cycle over again. Shaking, I am like Job, who feels pachad, fear in his bones. It's a quaking, churning feeling, sometimes noticeable to others, sometimes only to myself. I say, I'm shaking, I'm afraid, or maybe I've been shaken. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, by an intense encounter. I breathe, I wait, the shaking stops, the calm returns. I move again, but I am changed. This season is about holding the pose. Each day I learn again to maintain the focus, to not turn away when I tremble or am immobilized with fright or terror. Like yoga, this too takes practice. When I encounter the strength of life, will I tremble in fear? When I am in the presence of light, will I be able to hold the pose of awe? And maybe some questions for us to consider on this fourth week of Elul is, when in your life have you felt fear? What helped you work through it? And maybe we can even consider the current state that we're all in. If we felt additional fear during this period of time with COVID. And what do we do with that fear? What helps us work through that fear? Important questions for us to consider on this fourth week of Elul.
Adonai, ulevakesha